Every modern tech system creates data. Websites create data. Apps create data. Cloud systems create data. Cybersecurity tools also create data. Businesses create reports. Schools create records. Hospitals create patient data. And banks create transaction data. Now, YouTube channels create analytics. AI systems, they need data before they can become useful. And here's the important part. If you know how to ask questions from that data, you become more valuable. That is where SQL, data, and analytics come in. Today, we are going to explain SQL and data foundations in plain English. No fear, no complicated math, no unnecessary theory, just practical thinking. By the end of this session, you will understand why SQL is still one of the most useful tech skills for a beginner who is trying to learn in 2026. Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn IT Free. I'm Vitus DK, founder of LearnITFree.com, where we make practical IT education free, beginner-friendly, and career-focused. This is session 4 of the June completion sprint, which is part of our Learn IT Free Summer 2026 programs: Complete, Certify, and Create. Here is the sprint in simple terms. Week 1, which we recently completed, built the foundation with career roadmap, Python, and AI fluency. We are now in week 2. We move into systems that power the tech in our modern times, including data and SQL, the cloud computing, Big 3, and cybersecurity. When we get to week 3, we'll move into building, automation, and career readiness with full stack web and app development, DevOps, and how to get hired in tech. Then we close everything with final capstone, building your tech portfolio and income roadmap. So today's SQL, data, and analytics session is the bridge between learning tech concepts and using data to build projects, to understand systems, and to prepare for real opportunities. Make sure you check out our website. You can start at learnitfree.com/May-June-2026, or you can check out the full summer hub at learnitfree.com/summer2026. Now, before we go deeper, let me clarify something. Some sessions in this sprint connect back to the previous sprint we had in May, but this SQL, data, and analytics session is different. We did not have this exact session in our previous May live series, so we are going to build this one fresh. Today, we are building this fresh one just for the June completion sprint. However, though, SQL and data are not new topics on this channel. I already have a large SQL and data learning ecosystem on my channel, including quick crash courses, deeper SQL courses, setup guides, career strategy videos, interview preparation, and portfolio projects. So today's session is not trying to replace all of that. Think of this video as a map, and the playlists are the roads. Finally, the projects which have also been created are going to be your proof of concept. So after this session, you should know what SQL does, why data matters, what tools exist, what career paths connect to data, and what beginner project you can build next. Then you can choose the right SQL or data playlist based on where you are. By the end of this video, you should understand what data means, what SQL does, what databases are, why analytics matters, how SQL connects to jobs and projects, how SQL connects also to AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing, full stack, and business. You also get to learn what data tools beginners should know, what NO or NoSQL means, what roles exist in the data world, how people move in, out of, and within those data roles, and what beginner data project you can build next. This is not about becoming a data scientist overnight. Oh no. This is about learning how to ask better questions, because in tech, the people that ask better questions often get better answers. Right? Excellent. Now, let's start simple. Data is recorded information. A name is data. A date is data. A price is data. A grade is data. A login event is also data. A customer order is data. And a YouTube video is data. But that doesn't end there. A job application is also data. A website visit is data. A support ticket is data. A bank transaction is data. And a security alert is also data. But data by itself is not always useful. Imagine you have a spreadsheet of 10,000 rows. That sounds impressive. But if nobody can understand it, organize it, or ask questions from it, but if nobody can understand it, organize it, ask questions from it, or use it to make decisions, then it's just stored information. The value comes when we organize the data. We ask questions, we find patterns, and we make decisions. Think of data like ingredients, all right? If you have rice, tomatoes, onions, pepper, oil, and seasoning, you have ingredients. But ingredients alone are not the meal. Analytics is the cooking. A dashboard is the final meal presentation. SQL is one of the tools that helps you get the right ingredients from the pantry. Now, when someone asks, or when someone says, I work with data. So, when someone says, I work with data, do not immediately think complicated math. You should start here. Data is recorded information. Analytics is using that information to answer questions. SQL is one of the main ways we ask questions from databases. Now, SQL, also called SQL, stands for Structured Query Language. Remember, language. In plain English, what this means is SQL helps you ask questions from databases. A database stores the information in an organized way. Most beginner SQL learning starts with tables. A table is like a spreadsheet. It has rows and columns. A row is one record. A column is one type of information. Let's say we have a table called learners. That table may have columns like the learner ID, the name, country, course, career goal, hours studied, and completion status. Each row represents one learner. So SQL then lets you ask questions like, show me all learners. Show me learners from Cameroon. Show me learners from Texas. Show me learners who completed the course. Count how many learners joined this course. Find the average study time. Group learners by career goal. Show me which course has the highest completion rate. That, my friend, is SQL. It is not magic. It is asking structured questions from structured data. Let's do a quick check. If one learner is one record, is that a row or a column? That is a row. Now, if country is one type of information, is that a row or a column? That is a column. Also, if completion status tells you whether someone finished a course, is that a row or a column? That is also a column. This is important because once rows and columns make sense, SQL becomes much easier. For beginners, you do not need to start with everything. Start with the core ideas. Thinking about SQL commands. Select means, what columns do I want? From means, which table do I get the data from? Where means, what condition should the data match? Order by means, how should the results be sorted? Group by means, how should the data be summarized? Join means, how do we connect data from multiple tables? Now, let's use a simple example. Select name, career goal, from, learners, where country is equal to Cameroon. In plain English, this means show me the names and career goals from the learners table where the country is Cameroon. That's it. SQL reads almost like a structured sentence. Here's another example. Select course, count, asterisk in parentheses, from learners, group by course. Think about it. In plain English, we are saying, show me each course and count how many learners are in that course. Now, here's one more. Select name, hours studied, from, learners, order by, hours studied, DESC, that is descending. Now, in plain English, you're saying, show me learners and their study hours sorted from highest to lowest. Once you understand this pattern, SQL becomes less scary. It becomes a language for asking questions. Now, let me pause here. Many beginners think the problem is SQL. They say, I don't understand SQL. SQL looks confusing. I am not a data person. I'm not good at math. But many times, SQL is not the first problem. The first problem is not knowing the question. So, before you write SQL, you need to ask, what am I trying to find out? Because a query is just a question written in database language. If the question is unclear, the query will feel confusing. For example, do not start with, I need to write a SQL query. No. Start with, I want to know which learners completed the course. Then the SQL becomes easier. Select name, completion status, from, learners, where completion status is equal to completed. That is why I keep saying data begins with questions. Once again, data begins with questions.